Hey everyone! So today we're going to be talking about the basics of using HubSpot for your business's customer relationship management, or CRM, strategy. This is mainly geared toward people who have zero experience with HubSpot and need to start communicating with customers and building relationships as soon as possible. First, I'll mention just a little bit about what CRM means if you're new to sales. Customer relationship management is the system or combination of practices used by a business to implement and track communications with its customers. In this, we're talking about email templates and threads, calls and meetings scheduled, follow-ups, explanations, deals proposed, deals closed, and much more. Online platforms such as HubSpot offer comprehensive CRM services to keep all necessary components of a company's CRM strategy in one place. HubSpot can be a one-stop shop for a business's entire sales pipeline. HubSpot CRM is the most basic version of HubSpot. It strengthens the structure of your CRM strategy so that you can build your pipeline. It also allows you to work better with the leads that you currently have. So the things that you can do through HubSpot are immense. They have a HubSpot Academy learning page with hours and hours of videos and lessons which are tailored to different components of sales and marketing for businesses. However, with so much information being thrown at you, it's hard to know what's the most useful. To get you started using HubSpot CRM, I'll outline the basic steps necessary in order to understand how to get customers into your sales funnel and move them on through. First, it's important to make a HubSpot account if you don't already have one. You're going to need an email address as well as a website URL in order to register. Here's the link that you'll need. So now I just want to give you a quick overview of the platform and tell you which sections are necessary in order to get the hang of the basics and start talking to customers. So this should be the home page that you see when you click the home button up at the top left. And if it's not, hit the down arrow and click Sales Dashboard, because sales is what we're worried about. So from the endless HubSpot Academy videos, I've narrowed down 4 primary questions that you need to think about in terms of customer outreach. The first question is, who do you want to talk to? And that'll be under the Context tab found here. The second question is, what do you want to say to them? And that'll be within your regular email account and also the individual contacts and the templates tab, which I'll explain later. Third is, how do you keep track of your relationship with customers? Since you're learning HubSpot as a sales beginner and not a marketeer, that'll be under the Sales tab, Deals, and Tasks. The final question is, how are you performing? And we use the Reports tab to check on the overall progress of your sales funnel. How many contacts are turning into leads? How many leads are turning into customers? Right here is where you find that out. You'll want to integrate HubSpot with the email domain that you use most often. This way you can continue using Gmail, Outlook, etc. as usual, but the difference with incorporating HubSpot is that you'll be able to track communications and automate processes that you couldn't before. You'll also be able to store and track contact activity. So here's how you connect your email. Go up to the top right, click on Settings. Over to the left, Integrations, Email Integrations. And you're only going to want to connect your personal inbox, because since you're working with your company, if you connect a shared inbox, everyone else who uses your HubSpot platform that's associated with your company will be able to see the activity. And just in order to keep things private and potentially confidential, you'll just want to connect your personal inbox. So click Connect Inbox, Google Gmail, Continue, Connect, Allow, and there we go. Your account's connected. Now it gives you the option to download an extension so that you can use your email on your individual email domain. So for example, I would go through Gmail. And I would absolutely do that because it would allow you to do what you normally do, but HubSpot would just track your activity. So I'm currently going to say no thanks because it's actually already connected up here. But I would do it if I were you. So back to those main questions I mentioned earlier that you need to think about as a beginner sales rep using HubSpot. We're going to move over to the Context tab to talk about the first question, which is, who do you want to talk to? So when you get emailed or when someone fills in a form on your website, these people are automatically added to this list as contacts. HubSpot also automatically tracks all activity and communication with these individuals, which you can monitor by clicking on their contact icon. Contacts can be added manually by hitting Create Contact or through a spreadsheet upload by clicking Import. Now here's me adding a contact manually. I'm adding Anna Dye, who's a student at Vanderbilt University. I think that she might be interested in our product, so I'm listing her as a lead. Her lead status is new, since I just found out about her. Now I hit Create Contact. HubSpot automatically finds information related to her company, Vanderbilt University, and includes it here. So there's the Vanderbilt University website, phone number, etc. It also tracks all stages of communication between Anna and I. So anytime I send or receive an email from Anna, it will be tracked under her contact information, which can be found by going on the contacts page and just clicking on her name. I can also email, call, log, create tasks, set up a meeting, or write notes about my communications with Anna just through here. If I tried to call Lane's place of work, Vanderbilt, and was unable to get in contact with her, I can go down to her lead status and change it to attempted to contact. If she and I have a phone call and she tells me that she's highly interested in becoming a customer and she needs to have a meeting with her boss in order to progress this further, I would go up and change her life cycle stage to an opportunity and change her status to either open or in progress, depending on what I select. It's important to continue updating contacts so that you know where they are in terms of their life cycle, so that you can monitor your progress in terms of funneling customers through your sales funnel. It's also important to make notes when communications like this happen, which should also be done directly under the contact. So go up to Notes, create a note, and I just described the phone call that I had with Anna and the feeling that I got about it. So now, when I'm trying to manage multiple customers, I'll be able to go back under her contact record and remember every single communication that happened with this one customer. Therefore, my follow-up communications with her, I will be more knowledgeable about what's happened in the past, and I will be able to use this knowledge in order to personalize our communication in the future and really show that I care about her as a customer and care about remembering what we've discussed. In addition to automatically gathering contact information and company data, HubSpot CRM allows you to place filters on your contacts to target communications to specific groups. This is definitely something you want to incorporate into your sales strategy. So, to filter contacts, go over to the left, click Add Filter, and search among a list of filters that HubSpot has already provided for you, like company name, for example. There. Now, if you want to add a filter not on the list, click Actions up at the right, click Edit Properties. You can then click Create a Property and list whatever you'd like. So Lane, for example, said today that she's only interested in the free tier of my product, but I think I can convince her to get the paid Pro version. So, Interested Pro will be my property name. Since this is a yes or no question, I'm putting drop-down select and adding yes and no as the two answers. Create. Now you can find it back under the filters. There, see? Yes or no. But we currently have no contacts that match the current filters because we haven't labeled any contacts as interested in pro. So to do this, I'm going to edit Lane's contact information to give her the property interested pro. And when you click on Lane's contact, you can see all information in past communication with her. So on the far left are a view of Lane's properties, but not all of them. If we scroll down and click View All Properties, we can search for the property Interested Pro, go under the drop-down, click Yes. Now that's added to her About page. If I did this to a few more contacts, I would have an entire group who I could possibly sell on the Pro tier of my platform. Now, when I go back to the contacts, I can filter them out, and then I would know who to email about this later on. Now I've gone back to the contact page, and you can see that when I click on the filter Interested Pro, Lane is now listed. Now that you know how to organize who you want to talk to, you're facing question number 2. What do you want to say to them? So to use the Conversations tab up here within HubSpot, you need to connect a shared email account, meaning that all members of your sales team would need to use the same account, and you would be able to view all communications occurring within this account. So it doesn't allow for private communication to happen. I would really not recommend this for a small company like a startup, because since your sales team is small already, it also makes your communication fairly impersonal. And you wouldn't necessarily want upper level sales representatives to have the same access to emails that lower level sales representatives would have. So we're just going to disregard the Conversations inbox tab within HubSpot and communicate through the typical email domain that you already used instead. So since you integrated HubSpot with your personal business email domain, you can communicate with potential customers directly through email as usual. However, HubSpot has upgraded your inbox a little bit. So if you see My Gmail, when I go to send an email to Lane, I now have this little toolbar up at the top, which was not previously there. So this toolbar says that it includes features such as templates, sequences, documents, meetings, snippets, etc. However, not all of these have full access under the free HubSpot CRM platform. The templates feature allows you to send unlimited pre-created template messages within your email. However, only up to 5 templates can be stored within your HubSpot account under the free CRM. Moving back to the platform view, this is how you create a template. So you go into the Conversations tab and click Templates. See here it says my team has created 1 out of 5 templates because I did create an example one to show you in just a moment. But in terms of creating them, you click New Template, and you can either do it from scratch or from a template library, which includes a variety of pre-written templates provided by HubSpot. So for example, follow-up emails, next step emails, emails that convert, follow-up setup email, what you would need to change, etc. They provide a lot of different sales templates. So you can add a template from HubSpot and edit it, or you can create a new template from scratch, like so. So you can name your template follow-up, write the email subject line, and then include the email. I've done an example for you based on my previous example of how Lane is interested in possibly moving to the paid pro version because she liked the free version, and I really want to convince her to sign on because we want her to be a paid customer. Save. Back under the email toolbar, we're going to disregard sequences completely because this is not included in the free version of HubSpot CRM. Now, Documents allows you to upload a document to your email, and you can upload 5 in total with the free version. So I already added one from HubSpot under Sales, Documents, upload new document, and you can upload it via Google Drive, Dropbox, File Manager, Local File, whatever, any of those. So back to the toolbar. I'm going to include a case study. The next area on the toolbar is meetings. So you can actually book meetings through a HubSpot link by connecting your Google Calendar. So if you click Get Started, I'm connecting the Google Calendar, and now my customers will be allowed to create meetings with me directly through the email. HubSpot will log it, and it will also be logged within my Google Calendar. And this is free. I can list my availability, have them fill out form questions, do a test meeting to make sure this works before I do it with customers, and send them a link. As you can see, HubSpot itself will explain as you're going how to do this. I just wanted to make sure you knew it was important, and if these HubSpot suggestions didn't come up for you because potentially you could have already gone through them, you can go back to this video I'm creating right now just as a reminder on how to do this whole process. Lastly, snippets are like email text shortcuts, but they're not incredibly necessary, so I wouldn't worry about them. So what we're going to worry about, remember, is templates, adding a template, documents, adding a document, and allowing your customers to book meetings with you by embedding a meeting link in your email. Now, lastly, on the far right, I'm going to discuss login track. If you're communicating with a customer and you want HubSpot to keep track of these communications and you want to be able to look back in the contact record and view every communication you've had with a previous customer, select log and track. Now, if this is not a super businessy email, or you're communicating with somebody who you really don't want to save it because it's not incredibly important in terms of your sales pipeline, uncheck log and track. Now watch what happens when I send Lane her email and then go back to her contact record. It's right here. When she responds, her reply will also go right here. So if I'm wondering how to communicate with Lane next time, all I have to do is click on her contact record and look at our past communications to figure out how to respond next in order to keep her as a customer, keep her hooked on our product, and move her through the sales funnel. Now we approach the question, how do you keep track of your relationship with current and potential customers? I already explained how each contact holds a full contact record of all tracked communications. Like so. Other than putting all communications with each person in one place, how are we supposed to track tasks and progress with each person? So we previously discussed tracking the progress of each individual contact or company by labeling their life cycle stage within their contact record. This is very important. If you haven't done this or haven't done a good job of keeping up with this with every single contact, go back and do it for everyone. If you can't remember where they should be in their life cycle stage, click on their contact record, where I am right now for Anna, and view all previous activity to refresh your memory. So are they a lead? Are they an opportunity? Are they a customer? You really need to know in order to progress with your sales funnel. So, in terms of our sales strategy, we're going to focus on deals and tasks. Deals keep track of where they are in your sales funnel as potential or current customers, and tasks keep track of what you need to be doing as a salesperson to sell your product and move forward. So let's start with the tasks section. Within this section, you can create and view your own task list or to-do list. It seems pretty simple. So I have a presentation to Vanderbilt University on Monday, so I'm going to create a task to remind myself about it. Associate with records means to attach any associated contact or company so that the records are automatically updated. So I'm adding Anna from Vanderbilt, the contact, and I'm also adding Vanderbilt University, the associated company. You can set both a due date as well as an email reminder for yourself. Write any notes you may have, such as where you need to meet if it's an address, what you should take with you, etc. You can alter the type of task as a call, an email, or just a regular to-do item. So since I'll be doing this presentation in person, I'm just leaving it as to-do. Assign the task to yourself or to another person on your team. Create a queue at your own discretion. It just means like a subset of the tasks. So say I wanted my queue to be educational institutions to sell to. I could create a queue for educational institutions, and all tasks associated with selling my product to an educational institution would be under that queue. But I really don't want to do that. So now that you've created a task, you can see it in two different views. There's the table view, which is more general, like you're seeing now, and then the board view, where you can more thoroughly organize everything on your sales to-do list. With the board view, you can move your task from section to section and visualize whether it's not started, in progress, waiting, completed, deferred, etc. I really like to see the status personally because I'm a visual person. So if you prefer lists, however, you can change the settings by clicking Actions, Edit Columns, Add Status, and then you are able to view the status to see where you are in terms of completing the task, but also be on a list view. You'll also need to reflect on the question of how well you're performing overall with each person. I previously taught you how to monitor individual communications within contacts, but when you're trying to sell to a company and make a deal, you need to think on a grander scale than just that one contact. So it's time to set up deals. Under the Sales tab, under Deals, you can create deals, and HubSpot automates the contact, company, and previous activity details listed within it. Although preparing for the Vandy presentation is on my to-do list, and I've updated Anna's life cycle stage, I need to create a deal for her to formally track her status as an almost paying customer, rather than just someone who cares about the company or who might sign on. Similar to the task list, you can view deals in either table or board view as well. Clicking Create Deal brings up this page. I'm creating the Vanderbilt deal, so I'll title it Vanderbilt. The stage is presentation scheduled, since I'm scheduled to present on Monday. The amount of money is to be negotiated, so I'll leave it blank. The expected date of the deal to close is the end of the month, so I'll leave it as April 30th. I am the owner. We are associating it with Vanderbilt and Anna. Adding timeline activity from both Vanderbilt and Anna so that we can track all communications and all company data and contact data within this one area. See, HubSpot automates this so that we can see everything everywhere. And then clicking Create Deal. The view for this deal looks very similar to the way that we view the contact record. See, we have the title and information on the far left side. We have our activity in the center, as well as any notes that we made. My phone call with Anna note, any email communication, calls, tasks. And then on the far right, we have both company and contact data automated by HubSpot. Going back to the deals page, And there it is under presentation scheduled, or in table view, listed, presentation scheduled. So the free version of the HubSpot CRM is limiting in the number of deals that can be created at a time. So really only create a deal if you're truly progressing with this potential customer and really have faith that you're going to be moving forward and they're not going to drop the deal on you. So basically just use your own discretion. So by keeping your deals updated and connected to the contact and company and viewing them all in one place, transitioning them step by step as you go along, you're able to see your sales pipeline all under the deals section and keep track of the progress that you're making and the progress that your company is making in terms of your sales. Even toward the end, you can list your deal as closed won or closed lost. Another quick way to view your overall progress is by going up and clicking Reports and hitting Dashboards. So the free platform is very restrictive of the span of information that you're able to see in terms of your overall progress. Lots of things are locked, like analytics tools and general reports. You're not allowed to create a custom report. But you can click under Dashboards and view your general sales performance on the right side here. Now, if you don't see what I'm seeing, go under your report settings, click Date Range, All Data, compared to previous period, and save. And it will show you the contacts created, contacts assigned, contacts worked, new deals created, and deals won. It's a very small, succinct section where you can just check it and figure out how you're doing.